Alright, what is up, coaster people? Today we are in Georgia and we are going to attempt to cover all three parks in Georgia, starting with Lake Winnie in Rossville, Georgia. Heading into Cannonball, our first ride of the day and the coaster that we came for. Probably get about 3 rides in before we head to Six Flags over Georgia. Alright, that was such a fun classic out and back coaster. I have a special love for old wooden coasters, especially these little classic ones, these little hidden away family parks. There were some great little pops of ejector airtime throughout there. Not too intense, nothing Phoenix level, but still a great ride, and you gotta love those buzz bars. We're gonna head to Six Flags over Georgia now. Alright, and we just made it to Six Flags over Georgia. It's about 1:30. It looks pretty busy, but as long as we can get a few rides in on Twisted Cyclone and Goliath, I don't really care. So the first of our 3 rides today, Daredevil Dive, the custom Gerstlauer Eurofighter. So the Heartline roll is about all you do, or all you ride it for. Very forceless, not a very thrilling Eurofighter. As far as I know, one of the newer ones, but we'll change pace with everything. We go ride one of my favorite hypercoasters, Goliath. Alright, that thing definitely holds up. So much sustained airtime, so much intense airtime. That helix, with this weather, you're going to be hot, you're going to be dehydrated, and you're going to gray out every time you hit that thing. Such an intense hypercoaster, and definitely still my favorite. Now for our last ride at Six Flags over Georgia, a mid-tier RMC, Twisted Cyclone. Okay, so Twisted Cyclone, much like my opinion on Twisted Timbers, very different the second time around. I didn't give it enough credit my first ride, my first visit to the park. Definitely one of the better mid-tier RMCs. Not up there with Twisted Timbers and Storm Chaser in my opinion, but still the ejector is great. The RMC Cobra roll is very interesting, something I didn't notice my first run through the layout. The pre-track is nice. Not very long layout, but still, decently intense. Great top 3 here at Six Flags over Georgia. Between the Eurofighter and Daredevil Dive, the best hyper out there, and a decent mid-tier RMC. That'll be all from Six Flags over Georgia. We are headed to Wild Adventures down in Villatsta. Alright, and it is about 9 o'clock at night, and we just made it to Wild Adventures, the 3rd and final park of the Trilogy of Georgia. We're going to go inside and get some night rides on Cheetah. We'll see you in there. And for our first ride of the night, the Vekoma Suspended Family Coaster Swamp Thing. It's actually... Alright, and now our first ride, Cheetah, and I am so excited that we get to experience this for night rides. I haven't heard great things, but we're going to go in, we're going to judge it for ourselves, and see what we're working with. There's no line at all, so we'll be able to get ample rides on it. Well, Cheetah is closed, so disappointedly, I guess the only thing we have to ride is the SLC. God knows when we'll be back here, but I guess we'll get it then. So kind of a bittersweet day. Lake Winnie was an awesome experience and something that we're definitely going to have to hit whenever we get the chance to on the way to a park. Six Flags over Georgia, still one of my more liked Six Flags parks. And here, unfortunately, Cheetah was closed for the rest of the night. I was really looking forward to it. It looks like it has a really nice long layout. Going through the woods at night would have been, it would have been at least somewhat fun and interesting to experience. But unfortunately, we didn't get to do that. So we'll have to come back at some point. The bright side is the guest relations was extremely nice. They went ahead and comped us 2 free tickets to come back. So I've been wanting to get to the 2 fun spot locations in Orlando and Kissimmee. So I guess maybe sometime around Christmas we'll come back down and do this and do both the fun spot locations. All in all, for the most part, a success. We were able to hit all 3 parks. We got all of our credits except for Cheetah. So until next weekend at Arkansas and West Virginia for Camden Park and Magic Springs, ride on.